Well, I tell you what, for an actor, you have invoked more than I think Leif Garrett would probably get in the show. First of all, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, Molly.
Welcome, come on. Give me a stand. And before I go into the film itself, tell me, how did you get the part in the film?
Well, I was doing a series in the States, in L.A. called Skag, and I auditioned for the Idolmaker, and in about 2 weeks I had the part. I had to sing. I went to a hotel room where the producer and director were sitting there, and I had learned the song about 15 minutes before, and I went in and sang and danced and acted and did the scene work.
Well, it was funny because I was very worried about going to see this film because I thought, you know, so many musicals have bombed, etc., especially due to do with rock. And I was almost rather cynical about having to go to see this film, thinking, oh no, this is going to be awful, you know. And I came out and I loved the film.
Great.
I really did.
Great.
And on top of that, I mean, it's an insight into the rock and roll scene. It's an insight into manipulation. But I've got to ask you, how did it feel? Not so much going through the rehearsals of dancing and singing and everything else like that, but you had to face, like we saw in the film clip, a live audience.
Right. Well, that was amazing.
Yeah?
I mean, that was amazing because I'd spent 9 weeks rehearsing these numbers, and you're in one studio by yourself with the choreographer working the numbers. And then you come to the theater, and we've got between 2,000 and 3,000 girls there. And so I walked out and did the first number, and it was just dead silent. There was no response. And I thought, oh my God, it's over.
Well, it's happening like the film, right?
Yeah,
you know,
no response. And then the audience just erupted.
Right.
And we worked for about 12 hours, and they never quit. And it was the biggest rush, the biggest high.
Well, I mean, it's a very exciting scene, that, you know, where the kids are going off their brains, etc. And we all know in television and in film and etc., you can only invoke excitement if there is real excitement there, you know? And that certainly comes over. Getting into the rock and roll scene, I know that you're quite a fanatic of different groups in America and now in Australia. But does it make you a part of a cynic now, playing the part of a cynic in the film? I mean, Ray Starkey plays an amazing character as the manager. I mean, are you cynical about the industry?
Not at all. I mean, I think you can be, you're cynical only if, well, for instance, if someone else is running your career. But if you're making if you're making the choices along the way, you can get a little jaded and so on, but the excitement is still yours, because if you make the right choice and it pays off, you know, then it's your reward. But if someone else is pushing you through the whole process and saying, do this, then you're going to be cynical and you're going to want to rebel, and it's not yours anymore.
Okay, I mean, like, the thing is that you're an actor turned singer, and now you're playing the part of a singer. Is there any chance now you may do a record of your own?
I'd love to, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd love
Listen, we're getting the wind-up, as usual, with television and film, I guess. Me waffling on. Listen, I know you've listened to quite a few Australian groups in the short time you've been here, got them on cassette and that. And one of them's Jimmy and the Boys. So would you like to, or Jimmy and the Girlfriend. So would you like to intro Jimmy and the Boys?
Right. Coming up is Jimmy and the Boys with their hit single, Girlfriend, written by Split Enz' Tim Finn.